outlet's only 27-inch.
Yeah, inside the top one. This side will be pretty busy. So one outlet would go inside.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Christine, and you're watching my kitchen remodel series, episode 3.
And then counter, and then one more here. All the way to the ceiling, and it goes all the way to the counter.
This week was so exciting for me because I got to lay out where I wanted all my electrical outlets and exactly all the different lighting that we're gonna have in the kitchen. I am planning on 3 different lighting sections so that we have lots of good ambiance in the kitchen and I don't need to have all the overhead lights on at one time.
Okay,
This is really a dream in the making for me. House projects and design gets me so excited, and every day I wake up just pinching myself that we are actually doing this renovation.
Do you want me to close the windows and turn the AC up?
No, that's fine because it does. I don't want it to.
Okay. So I was kind of thinking I would like air it out. Okay.
No,
Sorry. Outlet for, I mean, the light switch. Yeah.
the other side.
Yeah. And then the other thing about the light switches is I'm gonna have 3 lighting sections. Takes a little bit.
Oh, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one for this section, and I was hoping to have like them be separate. Does that make sense? So like this one you can turn on, and then the island one you can turn on, and then that one you can turn on. So I don't have to have all of them on at once.
If you tuned into my last episode, then you know we found some unexpected mold damage and we found some other stuff too, which we'll talk about now. I thought I would share a little update before the workers get here and it's just loud and crazy in this house. In the past week, there hasn't been a ton to show you or update you on, but there has been a lot that has gone down. So yesterday I was able to have a good talk with Oscar and come up with just like a solid game plan of what we're doing. The project has gotten a little bigger because as we've started things, we've uncovered problems, which I think is common with kitchen remodels in general. And that's okay. We did plan and budget for potential, changes. And I'm really excited about the changes, and I'll tell you why. So the first problem that we came across is obviously we had the leak, so they removed the drywall, but they discovered that it's not an active leak, so that's good. That's old damage. But then as they were taking down the drywall, they were finding termite damage. So they continued to take down drywall and take out the insulation to uncover, what is going on. So the plywood behind, the plywood that protects our house from the outside was like completely disintegrated, just in one area. So it's not an active termite situation. A portion of this wall is gonna have to be rebuilt. We need new studs, we need new plywood. There are cracks where you can see the light from the outside coming into the house because the termites or something or water damage ate away at the wood. It's kind of nice just to see my house and to see it being fixed properly, because now I can be at peace in my home knowing that at least this area is good. All right, so also the laundry room. When we removed the wall, thankfully it was not a load-bearing wall, so that was easy. But the floors, we quickly discovered we couldn't just patch up the floors. The only way to do it properly would be to take all the tile off and redo it, which I was kind of hoping that we could do, but I didn't have a good enough reason to spend the money to do that when we had, a pretty decent tile already down. But now that we have to do it, it's given me the opportunity to look around at new tile, and I'm super excited because this is gonna be a fun tile that we put in here, and it's different than I've ever done before, and me and my husband totally agree on this one. And usually with design choices, he doesn't have a lot of opinions. He just honestly doesn't care. But he's usually just like, whatever you want. And generally something that he really likes and really wants, I don't like. Like I don't like how it looks, or I'm just like, sorry, I can't do that. In this case, he really wanted this tile and I really wanted this tile, and it's in our budget. It's not like a true marble or anything like that. It's just a ceramic tile with a marble look, but we're doing a marble checkerboard tile. So it's gonna be the black and white checkerboard look. And the cabinetry and the trim, I'm thinking I'm gonna paint accessible beige, and then the walls alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. I'm hoping that the warmth and the contrasting trim along with the checkerboard will just be so beautiful for the mudroom. I'm hoping to also add like some shiplap paneling and some hooks and paint that accessible beige as well. I don't know if that's gonna happen right now or if we're gonna do that, if I'm gonna do that myself when they're done. But all things I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm completely just like overwhelmed with decisions and thinking through everything. I need to make sure that like the paint colors don't contrast with the cabinets. So there's just like a lot on my mind right now. So I figured I would share that with you and what's going on, since I don't have a lot of actual like updates to look at other than our empty kitchen and some termite damage. And I think next week we're gonna really hit the ground running with a ton of progress, because Oscar and his team are determined to get all this done in 3 weeks. So we're gonna have a finished kitchen, we're gonna have new laundry room flooring, and we're going to refinish all the floors in the house. So that's kind of like gonna be a big deal, because we're gonna have to move our stuff, we're gonna have to leave the house, but Oscar is making it as doable as possible. He's gonna help us with our stuff, helping me feel less overwhelmed and walking me through the process. And it's just gonna be like the raw red oak wood. So I'm gonna use a clear coat. When I get the info on that, I will be sure to link what we do. But the idea is I'm gonna try and keep it raw and not bring out like orange tones. I'm gonna try and keep it light. So, whew. All right, so here's the laundry room. Here's the kitchen. So if you can imagine, there's gonna be the cabinets here, the hutch here, and then the checkerboard tile will start there and go throughout that room. I'm so excited to see how that looks. I think it'll be such a statement. So when we resand the floors, they're gonna be closer to that color. This is obviously all dusty and it's not sealed, so it won't be that light, but we're gonna get it as light as we can. Early in the day, they already removed all that termite damage and covered it up with fresh plywood and began reframing that wall. They also started patching up the wood floors, and by the end of the week, they will have framed out our new window and will begin assembling the cabinets. So excited for that. I don't know about you, but when my home is in disarray, my mind feels like it's in disarray. I get overwhelmed very easily by my space and by my environment, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in that. I just need to see a clear area so that my mind feels clear. So even though we have this kitchen remodel going on, I'm trying my best with 4 kids running around to keep things somewhat organized and tidy. It's actually been fun. It kind of feels like camping, and I mean, not exactly camping because we have all the modern luxuries still. I have my coffee machine plugged in, my microwave plugged in. I've been cooking with a little Breville toaster oven, and we were able to move my kitchen table into the hallway. and it's actually working out great. We have a tiny little kitchen setup, and I was worried that we would have to eat out a whole bunch and just spend a lot of money on food throughout this process, but so far I've been able to cook pretty much every night. Occasionally we do go out to eat, but that's just because maybe we want to have a fun night out, but it's not because we need to. So I'm pleased to say that it's possible that you can still cook and feed your family when you don't have a kitchen. And it's been fun just working with a smaller space, keeping it tidy, and it's actually just more manageable because I don't have a kitchen to clean. We've also been using paper plates and dishware, and so we've just been throwing those away in the trash. So I haven't really had much in the way of dishes lately. I do still make a smoothie every morning, so I have to go out and clean the blender. I've been doing that either with the hose outside, just spraying it down, or in our laundry room sink, which we are about to not be able to use soon. So this is my pantry. We still have our stuff in here, and I've been able to make sourdough bread still. This is one of my favorite recipes. I'm making sourdough quick buns for tonight. So even though we don't have an oven, I do have a toaster oven, and I have a bread machine that can mix the dough. So I'm in my pantry because like our flour and our sugar and some items are in here. If I need something from the fridge, I have to walk around the house. Our fridge is currently in the living room, but thankfully it's still plugged in and set up, so that's good. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this mixed up and set, and then I'm gonna try and bake these later today. And we're having salmon burgers, and the salmon patties are in the freezer, and I'm gonna cook those on the grill. So yeah, just still cooking. It's just a bit of you have to get creative. This is my favorite bun recipe. Sarah Therese Co. I don't know if you can see that. Love this recipe. I'm gonna go put this in the bread machine, and it's gonna mix it for me, and I will shape these and bake them in my little toaster oven later today. Later in the day, my bread was fully risen because the bread machine kneads the dough, and it also rises the dough by keeping the environment very warm. So anyways, I am just cutting this up and shaping it into little buns. And we were going to do salmon burgers, but my husband and boys decided they wanted beef burgers, so they went out and got some burgers. And while I'm shaping these and letting them rise, I'm gonna go and start up the grill, and then I have to bake these in 2 batches because the toaster oven is small. I'm also pulling out some chuck roast and thawing it in the slow cooker pot, and I'm gonna stick that in the fridge overnight, and in the morning I'm gonna cook that, so we have a meal that will last a few days because that chuck roast is big. So basically, I'm discovering that my love for small appliances is paying off. I'm also making fries. So I'm cutting these potatoes, tossing them in olive oil and some seasoning that I have. And as soon as the buns are done, I'm going to stick that in the toaster oven and roast it pretty high, around 425, for about 25 to 30 minutes. And those will be really toasty and crispy and delicious. I hope you guys enjoy watching me just cook and clean and work on maintaining my house while our kitchen is being redone. I find it very calming and also encouraging to see other moms, to see what they're up to in their homes, and it's just the kind of content that I enjoy watching. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy it too and you find something good from this. I'm excited to have a kitchen again, and I can't wait to cook in it and share more recipes and meal planning. I really enjoy cooking from scratch and just getting creative in that way. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know we didn't have a ton of progress on the kitchen this week, but it's gonna be a big video next week, so I hope you stay tuned, guys.